Hey, what up, gaming channel? Look, I'm gonna make this sweet and simple. Cut the cap, okay? Just cut the cap. I finished this game days ago, and I just started posting them on YouTube, and you know, slowly but surely posting them on YouTube. I streamed everything on Twitch the weekend it came out. So these thoughts aren't just hitting me. They have time to settle. I've even watched other people's gameplay to rewatch it again and, you know, take in other people's, see what other people had to say about it and things like that. I still feel the same exact way I felt, and I'm gonna explain why afterwards, because I've been getting the same type of replies, I've been getting the same type of like comments in the comment section of these videos that I've been posting. So look, I'm gonna start like this, okay? I'm gonna talk about the gameplay, I'm gonna talk about the characters, and then I'm gonna talk about the story, okay? First thing, gameplay. I love the gameplay. The gameplay was fire. I love doing the stealth. That's how I like to play. I love doing the stealth, how you were able to, you know, squeeze through cracks, crawl over things, crawl under things, hide in the grass, use your weapon in the grass, craft in prone, and do all that stuff. You know, make distractions, have clickers or infected versus, you know, the humans and things like that. I like that. I like doing all that sneaking around. I didn't even realize till like late game you can do aerial attacks. Another thing about the gameplay I really liked was there's a section where it's open. Everything is open, right? And you get a map and you could just choose, you know, to do all these extra things. I like that part. I wish like there was more sections like that. I thought we were gonna have a section by the Ferris wheel that was gonna be like open, that's gonna be more open and you can just find, you know, other stuff like that. But I guess, you know, that's not how it's gonna go. It was fine. I liked it. I did like that part though. The next thing, characters. Jesse, I didn't know how to feel about Jesse at first, but he ended up being cool. I actually really liked Jesse. And then, you know, Dina was cool. I liked Dina. I didn't know what to think about her either. I didn't know she was really gonna be good for Ellie and match Ellie's energy on certain things, but she really matched Ellie's energy a lot. She had Ellie's back and things like that, so I really like Dina for that. Now, Abby. I actually liked Abby's character. I did. I'm gonna explain the issues, but I'm gonna get to, you know, I'm gonna get to the good things and have you guys understand my thought process of the game. I like Abby. I like Abby's character. I understand her motivation for things like that and this, that, and the third. Lev, I didn't really like Lev. I feel like there was no point in having him there just to push something, just to push an agenda, because there was really no reason. The only real reason he had was towards the end of the story. But other than that, I didn't really see the point in having him there, which now we're gonna get to the story. The thing that a lot of people are confused on, a lot of people are starting to assume why I didn't like playing as Abby, or they're just assuming that I just don't like the game period and the ending and all that stuff. So I'm gonna explain that to y'all. So look, the story, when we think of The Last of Us, because a lot of people are saying,
bro, you need to get over it. She killed Joel at the beginning of the game. You're still holding on to that grudge, blah, 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 blah.
First of all, essentially, that's what the whole game, The Last of Us 2 is about. Ellie's still mad about it too, if you didn't remember. So of course we would be mad. We played as Joel. When you think of The Last of Us, you think of Joel and you think of Ellie. We play as Joel for most of the first game. We play as Joel, we grow a connection to this character. You guys gotta remember, there's a difference between film and then a video game. The Last of Us is like a film that you're playing though, which takes it to a whole different level. When you're playing as these characters, you're even more connected to these characters because you're playing with them. You're doing all these little intricate little things. You're playing as that character. So when we go from Last of Us, when we played as Joel the main time and had Ellie by us a lot of the time, and we go into The Last of Us 2, and Joel dies at the beginning, and we play as Ellie for a little bit, and then we play as Abby for a shit ton, there are going to be problems. There are going to be a lot of problems, and one of them is not even like, the major one is not even that, I mean, it is that she killed Joel, but it's like, not even that. We play as her, like nobody wants to do that. A lot of people are like, oh, you just close-minded, you just automatically hate Abby. No, I actually when we played as Abby, at first I was like, yo, why are we playing as Abby? Why are we playing as Abby? And I was cool with that. I was like, okay, she's badass, da-da-da. And then she kills Joel, and then we go back to Abby like a flashback, and I'm like, what? Why am I playing as her? Da-da-da-da. Obviously, we just seen her kill Joel. Everybody's like, yo, why are we playing as her? I was still playing, I was fine. I was still doing, you know, what I had to do. And they showed us that her dad was the doctor. And I was like, oh, damn, that's crazy. And I would have been fine with this, just that, but they kept, we still were playing as her. I didn't care from then on. Maybe you had cared, and you were like, oh my gosh, I wonder what they were doing while Ellie was looking for her. You may have cared, I didn't. And a lot of people are making the excuse saying, you just missed the message. And people are saying this in the comments. We all understood the message. We all understand what they're trying to, I even said it myself while I was playing. I was like, I get what they're trying to do. Okay, I get it. Abby has friends. Abby's just trying to avenge her, you know, her dead dad. I get it. These people are people too. She has a dog. You play fetch with the dog. I get it. I still didn't care. That's the thing. Because when I played The Last of Us 2, I played as Joel, and I was playing as Ellie. In The Last of Us 2, I played as Joel for like the beginning, then he dies, and you play as Ellie, and then you don't care about anything else when you're playing that game. That's like if we played the God of War, the new God of War. It's a brand new God of War. Fucking Boulder kills, and not even Boulder, because Boulder has like, he has like a history. Like, you can actually look his shit up. And just a random dude, just some random mad dude, kills Kratos. And then you play as Atreus, and then you play as that random dude. It's like, bro, who cares, bro? I want to play God of War. I want to play as Kratos. Da 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 da. So it's like, when you playing this game, when you're playing The Last of Us, you play as Joel and you play as Ellie, bro. Why am I playing as Abby, a character that I don't even care? I do not care about. Even if they did all that, like, I seen what they were trying to do to make you care about it, but I don't care still. You guys know that you can understand a message and still not like it, right? Like, you know, you can understand what's going on all around you and still not like the situation, right? Just because it's a story and they're forcing you to play this character does not mean I have to like it. I feel like I still haven't covered anything because people are just making excuse after excuse on why I should like it when it's my opinion that I don't. They're assuming that I don't get the message, and I haven't even talked about the end of the game yet. They're saying the whole message at the starting point of playing as Abby, which I don't care about. I get that they are trying to make you see where Abby is coming from. And in Abby's eyes, she's not the bad guy. If anything, if we just took everything out of it and just played as Abby, you start to see Ellie as, well, Ellie's the antagonist. We need to take care of that, da da da. That's what they're trying to get you to do, like, see it in a different point of view. That's why when you kill these people, if you haven't noticed, when you kill these random people, when you're going through levels as Ellie, they all got names. They're screaming each other's names. The deaths are more like, they make it like, yo, these are people you're killing. These people have friends. These people have families, da da da. But you don't care because you're Ellie, and Ellie just lost Joel, who was like her father figure. And now we are trying to exact revenge, which is crazy because everybody's like, let's talk about the ending. The ending I didn't like, bro. I did not like the ending. And this is another thing. People are like, oh, you just missed the message. No, I get the message. Revenge is bad. If you do revenge, everybody loses everything. This, that, and the third. Bullshit. I don't care. I don't care. This is The Last of Us 2. There's a difference between not caring and not understanding. I understand it completely. I just don't give a fuck. Because I want to play, I was playing as Ellie. I want to play as Ellie. Actually, we should have continued to play as Ellie. If not, we could have switched to Tommy while he was doing what he was doing. But you play as Abby. And then both people don't even lose everything. Ellie loses everything. She even additionally loses 2 fingers. She loses Dina, the baby leaves, and Tommy leaves. Abby still gets Lev. Abby gets to drive in the sunset or whatever it was, the mist, with Lev, and go do whatever they're gonna do. Abby and Ellie saves Abby. Abby would have been there hanging, dying of starvation. Ellie actually saves her. So if anything, this is Abby's game. This is Abby's game. She wins. This is basically Abby's story. Ellie doesn't get jack shit. She can't even play the guitar anymore, bruh. And for all you people, these idiots who just keep saying, bro, Joel died, get over it. It has nothing, I mean, that does obviously have something to do with it, but it's not the main reason. If you think that's the main reason why people are mad, then you must have not played the game yourself, and you're just watching people play it. That's the thing, there's a difference between watching something and then having to play it with your own hands and spend those hours there. That's why I was like, yo, if they would have had us play as Abby up until we seen that her dad, you know, was doctor and he got killed and all that, that would have been cool. And then maybe just so cut scenes of her point of view and her friends and things, and I would have like been more accepting to it. But it feels like they just tacked on Abby's section just to make the game longer. I would have much rather had a shorter game with less Abby playtime, because then I would have actually liked the game a lot more. I would have liked the game a lot more. I would even accepted the ending. I would be like, damn, bro, like, shit, I mean, she had family, da, da, da. But instead, I start to hate the characters even more. Homeboy that spit on Joel's body and said, pendejo. We didn't even get an explanation of why he was so mad, even though there probably was, but I skipped through a lot of it, so I'm just gonna ignore that. I'm just gonna be like, whatever, okay, maybe he did have a reason why he spit on him. But like, I still didn't care about him. Like, when he got shot in the face, I cheered. When Tommy shot him in the face, I cheered. It's like, bro, let's say it like this. I understand the message, I just don't care because of the characters. I wanna play as Ellie. This is The Last of Us 2. Last of Us 2 is Ellie and Abby. That's not the game that people expected to play, which is why I see the outrage. There was a lot of people telling me, don't waste my money on this game, don't buy this game, but I like to form an opinion by myself. So I bought the game, and I formed my own opinion. And for people who saying I didn't keep an open mind, if I didn't keep an open mind, I would have never bought the game in the first place. Because there was a lot of people telling me not to buy the game, I was gonna be disappointed. But I still bought the game. But look, if they wanted to push this message so bad, and they wanted to push this Lev character for like, the Lev character is like literally, the point of Lev being a boy is so pointless. It's just do that just to push a message. He literally says himself, do you know why they call me a monster? Abby says, do you want me to know? And then he says no. There was like, it's no point in that dialogue. There's no point in even bringing up the fact that Lev was a trans and cut her hair and was being shunned because only the dudes do that. And there's no point in that other than to drive a message home. It's just for a message. That's literally what it is. It's just for a message. Had this been, I'll say it like this, if they wanted to do something like this, they should have just made a brand new IP. It seems like there was a very clear message that they wanted to get across in this game, that you know, this game is all about women and all the dudes in the game are bad and they all just get bodied. Like literally every dude in the game dies, gets shot. It's just, they just get fucked up, basically. If that was the message that you were going for, it should have been on a new IP, because I would have been able to been more accepting, because these are new characters that I don't have any history with, and my history is this first interaction with them in the game. That way I can enjoy both sides of the spectrum. If there was already one previous game where you played solely as one character, and you know, you had Ellie there, you tagged along and you built this bond with them in that whole game, and then you come to the second game and kill off the main dude we play as, and then we don't even get to play as the girl that we know about, and we play as some new character who just killed that character we love. Why am I supposed to care? I don't. And this is my opinion. You can have your own. Obviously, if you care, good for you. I guess I don't care. And it's not about me realizing, if they killed your dad, do you wouldn't know? First of all, I wouldn't care. Honestly, in real life, I wouldn't care because of my circumstances. But I understood, and I voiced this. I think people have selective hearing. I said, I understand why Abby did it. I understand why Abby is going after Joel and killed Joel. But my thing is, just because I understand doesn't mean I want to play as her, bruh. Notice how, and this is how I knew they was trying to get you to like Abby like so much and shit like that. I'm talking about, you get the flamethrower when you play as Abby. You get a whole new form of infected when you play as Abby. You get a car chase scene and all this shit when you play as Abby. You get the shot of the blazing fire as you're galloping on the horse and shooting people as Abby. Like, you get all these very cool sections as Abby. That does not mean I want to play as her for like 10 hours at all. So I don't like the ending. Ellie did all that for nothing. If we were gonna end the game and Abby wasn't even gonna die in the first place, we might as well just ended it when she was with Tommy. When she was at when Dina and the baby and Ellie were together and Tommy came over, and they don't even bring up Abby or Ellie just not even go. Because Ellie does all that. Ellie goes all Rambo, gets stabbed by a tree, and does all this shit just to let her go. And then people are like, when she was about to kill Abby, which she should have did, people were like, it's about forgiveness. Cause she couldn't come to her senses to forgive Joel when Joel, you know, did all that to rescue her. She couldn't come to forgive him. But now she's learning forgiveness is the answer. Forgiveness is the key. It's like, why have us go through all this then? This whole game was then pointless. The whole game was then pointless, bro. Bro, she basically went through all these people, and then, but when it comes to Abby, she's just like, I can't do it. And then people are like, she sees Joel and Abby. She sees Joel, she sees herself in Abby and Lev. I'm just like, there's so many people that are trying to big brain this when it's really not that deep at all, bro. It's really not that deep. They just did, like, they were just trying to push a message. They were pushing a message, and that was the best way they could do it. People are like trying to big brain it to make it way more than what it really is, man. At the end of the day, if they wanted to do something like this, they probably should have just had a whole new IP. It would have been way more easier to take in. We would have had, you know, a connection to the character if we started the game, but it wouldn't have been like having a full previous game behind it. But yeah, I don't do ratings, like I don't do ratings on games, but like I probably won't play this again. If there was a way I could play the game and take out the whole Abby section, I would definitely play it again. Like I would play it again. I would try to play it again on a harder difficulty, but I do not want to play that again and have to sit through the Abby section at all. Because the game, you know, it was a good game. It was a fun game to play. It was cool, the different, you know, designs and all this shit, but that Abby section was so pointless and so many messages just forced and compacted there. And then not only that, when we get back to Ellie, we play as Abby again. They literally threw all the cool ass shit in Abby's section, bro. Well, for me, bro, it wasn't for me. And if they have a third one, I don't even know what they would do. If they try to get Ellie to go for Abby, then that makes the ending of Last of Us 2 completely pointless. If they have The Last of Us 3 just be Abby and Lev, I'm not gonna buy the game. So it's like, it's basically just done from here, bro. It's basically just done. I hope they just leave it as this, and then it's up for, you know, up for interpretation on what you think happens to Abby, Lev, and Ellie. So yeah, I don't see how they progress this story without completely contradicting their whole message that they've been preaching this whole second game. So we get it, revenge is bad, everybody loses in the end. Congratulations, we all lost with this game. And I lost $60 buying it, but nah, it's cool, man. The story, I'm fine with the story. I do not like the end. I also feel Joel should have went out like in a way better way, but I'm not bitter about the ending, or I'm not bitter about the you know, Joel's death. I knew Joel was gonna die coming in. It's just the ending that's kind of weird, because it's just like, you did all this for what? You did all of this for what? You literally killed all these people, but because plot, you're not gonna kill Abby because Joel is playing a guitar in your mind. Y'all let me know what y'all think though down in the comments below. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be big-headed, big brain excuses for why this story is so deep and angelic. But for me, I just felt like they were just trying to push a message in The Last of Us 2 because they know a lot of people were gonna play it, when instead they should have focused on, like, that's another thing. They didn't even, like, this could have been about, like, finding, like, getting the cure. Like, nobody even addressed the cure. This was just all about the message of revenge. But nobody, they know who Joel was, so they know who Ellie is, like the cure. But nobody even brings that up. It's like people don't even care about the cure anymore. They just, it's just whatever. Like they're just, yo, fuck it, da. But whatever, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments below. I will catch y'all in the next one.